What is going on, YouTube world? Austin Zay back here with another video, and I know we are in a totally different set, okay? In this video, though, I wanted to share with you some practical advice, okay, with my business partner. You're gonna see here in just a minute on habits that made us successful. Okay, so for those of you that are brand new to my YouTube channel, I have multiple different companies, and I don't consider myself to be like some crazy success story, but at the end of the day, we have found a little bit of success. Okay, so by the end of the video, you're gonna know some of the different habits that have made us successful. I'm very excited to kind of jump over with my good friend, my good business partner, Austin Lewis. And we're going to jump right into it. I would really appreciate it, by the way, if you're new or if you're a returning subscriber, to stay to the very end of the video. Like the video, okay? I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. Today, we don't have a guest, but it is going to be a very good episode, so definitely don't click off. We're going to be talking about, Austin, is we're going to be talking about the top habits of the successful people, right?
Yep.
And, people, I mean, you've read books about it. You've seen, we've been studying this for a decade now, probably, give or take. And, man, I mean, there's so much out there, as it pertains to success and entrepreneurship and habits. And I mean, you see YouTube videos on it, you see all this crap on, and it's not crap, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's just regurgitated, it's whatever, right? And man, I think perspective is everything, right? Yeah. And who you resonate with. And I think, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. I don't think there's any particular set of, hey, you got to do this, and this every day. Otherwise you can't be successful, right? I think different strokes for different folks, and I think ultimately there's different things that different people do that work for them.
100%.
And to that point, right, I think it is definitely worth exploring different perspectives on the matter. And that is what we're going to do here today, is we're going to bring you a different perspective, one that maybe you haven't heard of or, really thought much about before, of our personal opinion, okay, of what we've kind of done over the last 5 years, whatever, to become successful, quote unquote, or at least to get to where we're at now, right? And obviously we don't consider ourselves massively uber successful by any means, but
we do got a couple things going right.
We're trying, man. We're trying our best. We failed a little, we've succeeded a little, and we've succeeded just a tiny bit more than we failed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all it boils down to. So
we're technically in the win section.
So bro, what are you thinking here? You want to start off with a couple of yours? You want me to start off with a couple of mine?
Yeah, I think the daily habits of successful people are so contradicting, and the reason I think it's so contradicting is because then you find yourself comparing yourself to other individuals.
Big time.
And so if Elon Musk's wake up at 5, and you don't wake up at 5, you're a fucking failure.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, maybe you're not even building a company like Elon Musk. So you don't need to wake up at 5.
Right.
And I think that just goes back to self-awareness. You know what I mean? Like, there's been seasons of our lives that our main role was just cash flow. It's just cash flow. Build nothing, have a little office, just build cash flow. And at that season of time, we could stay awake until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Grinding, having ideas, smoking some Cubans, enjoying a glass of scotch, having fun, traveling the world, doing things like that. And then there was other seasons where we're like, hey, we got to wake up a little bit earlier, get to the office a little bit earlier, because we're actually building something. Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. And I think that is exactly where we're going to go with this episode, right? So if you're still watching the episode, stay to the very end, smash the like button if you haven't already, for the YouTube algorithm, of course. Not even for us, but do it. If you're not going to do it for us, do it for YouTube, okay? And, but no, I think, at the end of the day, that is where we take the episode, right? I think based on your goal and the season that you're in, we'll determine the habits necessary to achieve the goal based on the season.
Exactly.
Do you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, if your goal is to make $1 million, right? It's like, hey, I want to make $1 million, and maybe right now you don't have any money in the bank at all, right? You're living with mom and dad. You're in the basement, right? You don't have any money, right? But you're like, dude, I just want to be a freaking millionaire, right? Okay, cool. Now, so the goal's defined, and the season that you're in as well, you don't have anything, right? You have nothing to show for your name. It's basically back up against the wall, all or nothing, right? So that person's habits probably got to look a whole heck of a lot different than the guy that his goal is to just maintain the $1 million he's already made. Right? And he's already kind of got a name for himself. He's made $1 million, but he doesn't want to become a billionaire. He just wants to maintain the $1 million he's already made, right? His habits, his daily habits are going to look entirely different than the other guy. And they're both, quote unquote, trying to achieve what they believe to think be success.
That's right.
Right? So I think that is really kind of in a nutshell what we're going to be talking about here today.
100%.
So let's just, I guess, maybe share with the audience, man. Like, what are some? Maybe we can share with them some personal, stuff of like what seasons we've been in lately.
For sure.
And based on our goal, you know, what action we've taken, right? Obviously, it's kind of a weird time in the world right now, depending on when you're watching the video, right? You know, there's this thing going around, man, where they want you to wear a mask and they want you to do this and that, you know? And, you know, and yeah, so without getting too far into it, you know, for the most part, everybody's been kind of cooped up in their house.
For sure.
You know, so what have you done the last...
not doing a whole lot.
Not doing a whole lot of a whole lot, you know?
Sure.
So March till August, what is it, September?
Yeah.
What have you personally done, Austin Lewis? You know, we've actually, so I guess a little bit of background, right? I would say April, for sure, but like May, June, July, August. Were some of the biggest months we've ever had in our life.
Absolutely.
Right?
Hands down.
In the middle of a pandemic.
Yep, hands down.
So, you know, based on that, you know, why is it that we were able to do that? I mean, what was it for you? I mean, what does your day look like right now? You know what I mean?
think, and something super cool too, before we even jump into it, Austin, I think a lot of people, and it goes back to like our network marketing days, we were always told, you know, everything's 90 days out, right? If you put in the work today, you're going to see that work 90 days from now. You're not going to see it tomorrow.
Delayed gratification.
Right? And I think that's ultimately why that we massively succeeded. Like, let's take a look when, you know, what do we get shut down? February 24th or late February?
Yeah, probably maybe even early March.
Early March. You know, look at that, right? Like December, we were grinding our fucking asses off, dude. You know, December, January, February, and then boom, March happens. And all of a sudden we have murdered March, April, May, June, you know what I mean? And, and we've murdered all of the months stepping into Rona. Like, don't get us wrong. Like, we had a massive hit the same month, the first 30 days, the first 30 days that
which everybody did, right?
Everybody, because you know, we were dialing in systems and processes and different people in different ways. Okay, you can't do this. We got to go this way. So we had to get a little bit more creative. You know, we had to slow down to speed back up. So I think that's just something that, you know, why our habits prior to Rona, they evolved. But more importantly, like they have infected in a good way on why we were able to catapult unlike any other business.
But we doubled down though.
Exactly.
You know, so
most people don't do that.
For sure. When I would say like when after Rona happened, like our habits were directly correlated with like our goal.
Exactly.
In the sense of like we knew like, you know, we have our own office for those of you listening, watching, right? We have a private office that we have, right? And so, you know, we didn't necessarily have, I mean, and don't get me wrong, you know, the people in our organizations that didn't want to work, you know, we didn't make them work, right? But from a founder's standpoint, from a CEO standpoint, management, executive level, right? We kept working. We actually never did like just stayed at home, right? We just like kind of just, you know.
Showed up.
Yeah, ran right through the brick wall, you know, so.
Had extra cleaners.
Yeah, and we went harder, longer, stronger than we've ever done, right? I woke up earlier.
Stayed later.
Yeah, for sure. I probably neglected my health, right? Like I'm in a season of my life, I'll just tell you right now, where, you know, I'm not, you know, in the most ideal physical shape, right?
For sure.
Physically speaking, you know, the gyms have been shut down. The whole thing, it's been a pain in the butt to work out. Now I'm not making excuses, right? I could go freaking, you know, I actually can't run, but I could go, there's a lot of things I could do, right?
For sure.
But at the same time, I chose not to, right? And I'm perfectly okay with that because in my brain, you know, I knew this was an opportunity of a lifetime. You know, if you follow me on my personal YouTube channel, there was a day where I edited 42 videos straight, all myself, right? While grinding in all the businesses on stimulus videos. And I had 2 months in a row back to back where I got 700,000 views on my personal YouTube channel, which for me at the time was like incredible, right?
Yeah, still is.
So, you know, and that was as a result of me just like, honestly, bro, like I remember like working all day long, like leaving at 8 p.m. for my first meal, getting Chick-fil-A and then sitting in the conference room till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, editing a video and then waking up at 6 a.m. to do it all over again.
100%.
Right. And that is the season or was the season that I was in. Right. And it worked, man. Like my goal was, hey, I want to freaking dominate, you know, like you said, right? Like March through, you know, whatever, to the end of this kind of whole thing going on. And I was like, look, you know, everybody else, they're going to chill. They're going to sit at home. They're going to do this, this, and this. And I'm going to go hard, you know, plain and simple, right? And so, but now in order to do so though, right, Lewis, to your point a minute ago, there was a sacrifice that had to be made, right? So my habit became, okay, basically it was like grind mode. Like I'm just like, I'm all in, you know what I mean? And so that was kind of my habit, right? I woke up in, you know, bright and early before the sun came up. I came directly to the office pretty much.
Understanding the consequences.
For sure.
And it was all right with that.
And I was fine with that, right?
Know?
And I was fine with that. And I think a lot of people are trying to achieve this perfect setting where, you know, they want to be spiritually on their A game, physically on their A game, mentally on their A game, financially on their A game, And you're most likely never going to achieve, they relationally want to be on their A game, right? Their relationships, their business partners, their girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever. They want all of these areas of their life, right? And it's like a pie.
Yep.
You know, look at a pie, right?
Yeah.
And they want them all to be equally proportionate.
Yeah, exactly.
And the reality of it is it's never going to be that way.
It's impossible.
Right? So again, depending on the season and the goal will depend on your habits that are necessary for that season that'll achieve, that can help you achieve the goal.
Exactly.
You know, some seasons might last longer.
Yeah. Right.
You know, you might go through a season that's 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think
people do. And people do.
Yeah, people for sure do.
You know,
there's probably.
I think we went through it.
Yeah, for sure.
For 2 years.
Yeah, a couple years.
I mean, a solid year for sure. We went through one.
Where we just kind of did the same thing. In a nutshell. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
agree with that.
It was relatively similar. You know?
See, now it's like, dude, we're doing something new every day of our life.
Every day.
It's crazy.
Every day.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's actually nuts.
Our seasons change quick now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like in 30 days, I'll be freaking, Oh, it's totally condensed.
Yeah.
I just think it's all the journey, man. It's levels, you know, and understanding, you know, where you're at in your journey, right? Yep. If you're watching, listening, you know, where are you in your journey and being self-aware of that, right?
Absolutely.
And embracing that, you know, and we get it, man. Like do you know how many times we were told, bro, like just enjoy the process. And we're like, yeah, easy for you to say.
Yeah, you got to build. You got a million.
Freaking whatever, you know. And it's like
you're driving a Ferrari on some yachts and shit. Dude.
But it's like
traveling the world.
But now here we are, bro. And it's like, you know, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you could wire $5 million into my account right now. It wouldn't really change anything.
No.
You know, I'm not saying we're there, bro.
No,
I'm not even
for sure.
close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
But I am saying, man, like it is a journey.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, do your best.
Yep.
Wake up every day, right? Mm-hmm. Try out new things. Move the needle. You know, if a particular habit is working for you, keep doing it.
Exactly.
Keep freaking doing it.
Yeah.
Till it don't work no more.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it ain't working, stop doing it.
Yeah, stop doing it.
And try something new.
Yeah.
Like
figure it out.
You feel me?
Yeah. Move on, dude.
It's just like, man, like learn how to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, you know?
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Self-awareness.
Yeah.
You know, spend that time on you, what it is that's working on you. Oh shit, this might not be, you know, and I think some self-reflecting it can kind of get you there.
Journaling.
Yeah, journaling.
Yeah.
And
writing it down.
Or just looking in the fucking mirror.
For sure.
I mean, that's as good as journaling, I think. You know, are you good?
I really like the idea of journaling though, because you get to look back and see what you were thinking in that moment.
At that time.
Yeah,
for
sure. And it really gives you perspective.
For sure.
Sometimes you forget, like I remember driving a Lambo, but I don't remember my
thoughts and feelings
frame of mind at that time.
Yeah, for sure.
I really don't. I'm like, I kind of remember.
Yeah.
But not really.
Not really, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's just like, man, I wish I kind of, like I think for me, I'm going to start journaling more.
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Writing stuff down. I think you could almost do that in every season of your life.
Every season.
If there was one habit.
That's one habit that you can keep.
That you should keep.
Yeah.
It's just like journal.
Sure.
Keep a journal.
For sure.
Keep a journal your whole life.
Yep, exactly.
Every day, every night, or in the morning, whenever works best for you. Whenever works for you. Maybe it's in the middle of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's all over.
But at some point, try to write in a journal.
Yep, something.
Jot down what you're thinking, what you're feeling, your emotional state.
Yep.
You know, look up a YouTube video on like how to keep a journal.
Yep.
You know, and find somebody you resonate with and just do that.
Do that. You know, 100%.
Gives you something to look back at.
Exactly.
And say, hey, man,
reflecting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good for the inner peace. Mm-hmm. It's good for some dopamine.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's good for some fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's good,
and it also probably tell you if you haven't moved in a year.
Exactly. You know, and that'd scare the shit piss out of you.
Yeah.
And so
if you look back at your journal and you're like, God dang, I was doing the same thing last year. I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
Shit.
You know. Exactly. And
you feel me?
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people write down some of the things they probably don't want to write down.
Right.
And that's, you know, assets and liabilities.
Yeah, for sure. Get uncomfortable when you write it down.
Get uncomfortable.
Write down your net worth every day.
Exactly.
Every day.
Every day.
Put your net worth on the top of the paper.
Yeah.
Even if it's 2 figures, 3 figures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you got $50 versus $400, it don't matter.
Write down your net worth. Yeah. And even when it looks like a phone number, keep writing it down.
Keep writing it down because, you know, where attention goes, energy flows.
For sure. I couldn't agree with that more.
If you focus on that, you know, then it's a large thing that you can actually do.
Abundance mindset,
and it was actually so funny you said that because I screened with one of our lenders. Mm-hmm. Actually, I was just texting her here earlier. I sent her a picture, bro,
of our bank accounts a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big difference.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm almost embarrassed that I sent that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was super drunk.
Yeah, you were probably fired up at the time.
I was jacked up.
Jacked out of his mind.
Oh yeah, I had the biggest egos.
Different perspective, man.
Yeah.
Different season.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, things become normal, man.
Yeah.
Things become normal. That's why I'm saying, like, you got to enjoy the journey, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to enjoy the journey. You know what I mean?
I love it, dude.
So I love it, man. I love it. I hope you guys got something out of this episode. You know, If you have any questions at all, go, if you're listening on podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple, iHeartRadio, whatever, definitely go check us out on YouTube where you can actually see us visually. Okay.
Yeah.
Austin's better looking than I am, so definitely look at him more than me. And, but drop us a comment there and let us know, what your thought is. What do you think? What season of life are you in? Right.
Yeah.
We would love to know. We really would, give us a comment of where you're at, what season you're in, what your goal is, and maybe we can help, maybe we make another show, depending on how many people comment on the video or something, elaborating on different areas.
Yep. 100%.
Right. Obviously, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, you like the video, you leave us a review.
Please do.
And ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.
That's right. See you guys.